to Ernee in France for what is the 76th edition of the Monster Energy FIM Motocross of Nations. We're live on MXGP TV. First race up today is the Yamaha bLU cRU SuperFinale, the 85cc category. We will also feature the 65 race later on today after the open class qualifying, and then the 125 race in the morning around about 9:20. But these are the support class races here this weekend, as they have been for a few years now. And of course the idea of this is the national championships all over Europe and beyond, if you like. The top Yamaha riders within their own championships qualify for this event, and then they have the master class a little later on in the year. We have a fantastic crowd here lined up today. It's enthusiastic. That's a fantastic view right from there from our drone cam. And the fans are very much into this already. The usual bragging rights applying from the pre-practice sessions earlier on in the MXGP, MX2 and MX Open. But this race here, the YZ Yamaha SuperFinale here at Ernee. And first up, the 85cc class. 15 minutes plus 2 laps, or may be 20 minutes plus 2 laps actually, but on screen 20 minutes plus 2 laps, and we'll get these guys on the line as soon as we can. The racetrack here, harder than usual, slicker than usual for this time of the year. 7th of October, and we have unusually warm weather. The racetrack just under a mile long, which means it is 1,520 meters long. The usual 4 sectors apply, so from the finish line at the bottom of the hill, turn left, right, back onto the start straight. Coming out of turn 2, that's where sector 1 ends. Few corners, which is basically the uphill quad, the right-hander back down into the valley, the sweeping uphill left, that's where sector 2 ends. At the top of the hill, before dropping down back into the valley, is where sector 3 ends, and the finish line is where we have the end of the lap. Here's how the riders line up then. Bertram Torius from Denmark was the fastest rider on track this morning. He was more than a second quicker than David Dewar from Austria. And then we had Storm Mayman of Denmark, Louis Santuziano, and then Thilan Leguin, the French favourite here, but he was 3.5 seconds off the pace. I wonder if he can get a good start and be a little bit more efficient. One rider did not start, that was Nikita Aaron Young of Germany. So 39 riders will line up in this YZ85 class. It's a long start straight into a 90-degree left. And the 612 there, Bertram Torius, your pole man, getting himself all psyched up for this YZ85 race. The 100 of David Dewar of Austria. So these riders clearly the two to watch. They were separated by about a second, but just over half a second behind was the 228 of Storm Mayman. This is Storm Askbo, 363 from Denmark, and there's the 141 of Louis Boutet of France. Qualified in 11th place. But don't forget, these riders here, just the one race SuperFinale. They've been racing all year long in their national championship. They've been handpicked to come here and represent at this YZ SuperFinale. The top 3 plus 2 wild cards from the overall classification today will go to the Masterclass a little later on in the year, a few weeks from now, end of October, beginning of November. The winner will receive support from Yamaha Europe in their chosen category next year at 65 or 85, and then of course the same for the 85cc and the 125 category gets a ride or support from a Yamaha Europe team in the 125 European Championship. Looks like we may have had a few riders drop out as well. This YZ85 race. A few gates spare. Will the inside gates, will it be more towards the middle, towards the edge of the podium, the left edge of the podium as we look down on the grid? Our FIM race director down there, somebody just pushing his bike. There's 3 riders here. just couldn't get onto the grid, so they're coming all the way down this end. And they will take their positions accordingly behind the start gate. So there will be the full 39 riders behind the gate then, after all. The number 21 there of Halvor Iversen. And the 116 of Gianmarco Giannoni of Italy. Some of these riders here just for the experience. Of course, they get to witness the Monster Energy FIA Motocross Nations firsthand because of the fact they are here, they're in the paddock, and they get to meet their heroes. The Fly Racing 15-second board up for the first time and only time for the YZ85cc riders then. The bLU cRU FIM Europe SuperFinale race about to get underway. The 5-second corners turn. Brian Jorgensen there, the coach on the inside of the start for the first turn. The rider stalling there. But as we charge, it's the number 100 of Davy Dewar that looks like he grabbed the whole shot there. Did he manage to hold on to it though as he steps up into turn 2? Yes, he did. So one of the fastest riders on track then, and it's Dewar who leads. Mayman then, the 2:28 in second, and then the 6:12, your poleman, Bertram Torius in third place. These riders would have never ridden in front of a crowd as big as this, that's for sure. But down the home straight, up onto the quad, but it's very, very close between these two riders here on this opening lap. Stepping down, Dewar still leads. Just over the tabletop bottom end. Remember that used to be a 180 switch back into that jump, but then uphill, and we've got to change for the lead. Torius leads the way. Uphill, off-cambered, sweeping through the left-hander. Double, single here, top of the hill normally. And then again, inside, you've got a tricky camp. Wow! Car park central. Riders going down at the bottom of the hill there, and they're just trying to pick their way through those long, deep ruts. Nowhere to go, not seen that before. But Torius leads. Absolute bottleneck. So Bertram Torius, top of the hill, clearing the city tabletop right in front of the monster rig there. Turning right, top of the hill, turn 11, plunging down. That used to be a huge downhill step many, many years ago. I think it got filled in after Max Anstey got landed on 2015. Stepping up, a couple of corners away from the line through this flat 180 right. Then down, halfway, not even halfway, into this left, little dogleg right, and then the run down towards the finish line. That's a fantastic sight when you jump down the big hill for the first time. But leading the way, it is Bertram Torius. The 2:28 is in second place, Storm Mayman. Third, we've got a change there as well, the 391 of Luis Santuzanio. From Switzerland, he was fourth in the time practice session, and then our poleman, Dewar, he's now in fourth place. The 363 of Storm Asbro of Denmark, he is in fifth place, and then we've got Alemani, Zielstra, Boutet, Orio Navarro, and Avella. Bit of bar banging as they challenge for the lead at the top of the hill. Mayman desperate to find his way past Torius. The 100 there in fourth. Dewar still pushing despite losing the lead, and 6:12 Torius not scared to launch that downhill double, is he? As he tries to keep. This is where we had the riders having issues there. Looks like they've watered the track there quite a lot, and the riders struggling, even the leaders. And we have a change of lead again. Mayman now leads. So Santuzanio also goes through. He's into second place on the 318 there. The 391. And then the 612, so going from first to third, Bertram Torius. And the 100 has snuck up the inside as well into third place. They do it now up in a third. Bar banging action as Bertram Torius launches back down, and 2 positions in the space of about 50 meters as he looks to wrestle back the lead. Aggressive riding from the Dane, and he takes over the lead at the top of the hill as well, does he? Oh no, there's a back marker there. So the 4.77 of Jonas Nielsen. And then Torius down, throws it away, picks himself up possibly in about 4th or 5th place. Well, he had a bit of an advantage. Watch this, just folds the front. And 3.91 there of Santuzanio. Quick to avoid him, go straight on. Lucky not to collect the 100 of Davy Dewar. So the 2.28. Storm Mayman leading the way. 3.91 Santuzanio there in 2nd place. The gap now though 3 seconds. That's your leader at the top of the screen over on the left hand side, just here. So the 2.28. Another Dane just takes a quick look over his shoulder. We've got 10 minutes left to run, plus 2 laps. 100 there, Dewar, Davy Dewar. Sat there in 3rd place at the moment. Chasing down the Swiss rider, Luis Santuzanio. This is the battle for 2nd and 3rd. The rider with the yellow helmet, Mayman, just ahead of these guys. That gap going out to 3 seconds now at the last split as they double up onto the top of the hill through the waves. Is that 3 seconds? Probably more like 2.5. We'll get another split maybe at the top of the hill here. Down to 1.8. So the leader, 2.28, Storm Mayman, starting to come under pressure. Hard on the brakes, bottom of the hill there, almost coming to a stop. Storm Mayman. 2 laps complete, he sets the fastest lap of the race, but then it's eclipsed immediately. A 2.11.1 compared to the 2.12.6, a massive gain. The gap down to 1.4 seconds now as Santuzanio gets his claws into your 2.28, your race leader here, Storm Mayman, and gaining even more ground since they hit the line at the end of that 2nd lap. We're on lap 3. About 2 seconds further back, the 100 of Davy Dewar of Austria. And then Bertram Torius, after his mistake, 5 seconds adrift. Don't forget, the top 3 plus a wild card, or plus 2 wild cards, get to go to the SuperFinale at the Masterclass at the end of October, beginning of November. Mayman doubling down. In fact, the first 3 all doubling down now. Got a fantastic sprinkler system here, and just wonder whether they've been having a sprinkle because of the heavy conditions here. Look at them just getting creative with their lines, getting across those ruts. The leader running into trouble though, and we may have a new change of lead as well. Oh! Santuzanio goes down. He was just a little bit throttle happy. He thought there was an opportunity there, but the 2 riders collided, and Santuzanio out of 2nd position. Hard hit for the Swiss rider. Then there were 2, Mayman and Dewar. Watch this here. He just came in a lot quicker. Oh, but look at that. Jumping from one side of the track to the other. So, wow. Unfortunate there. Picks himself up though. Interesting to see where he rejoins. We'll get him over the line at the end of the lap. Here's your 2 leaders again. Storm Mayman, Davy Dewar, locked together. And the rider who was second in time practice but grabbed the whole shot at the start of the race, Davy Dewar, is now challenging for the lead once again. Less than a second between them. There they are. The 228 is your race leader here. Back marker ahead of them. And Mayman taking a nervous look over the shoulder. He was almost out as far as Fougère coming out of that final turn. Just about 30 minutes down the road. Some gnarly old braking bumps starting to appear now. Hard and slick underneath. A lot of riders talking about that after the 3 practice sessions earlier. Rider down here. 141, Louis Boutet, one of the French riders, just folding that front end. Down in 8th place now. He was in 5th position. Still got waved yellows down there. The track was absolutely bone dry for the Motocross of Nations riders, but you can see how heavy that part of the track is since the sprinklers have been on. They were just left on a little bit longer than necessary because there was a lot of water down there as well in the dip before that. Those ruts had already appeared after the 3 sessions anyway. The 11 just moving out of the way. Harold Suleimani of Israel. As I said, it's not just Europe eligible for this race, but anybody riding the national championship can get here. Oh! The 100 there of Davy Dewar. Talk about a swap. How many times did it need to go left, right before it threw him off? Fortunately for him, he maintains that 2nd position. But it has allowed Storm Mayman here, bottom of the screen, 228, just to break free ever so slightly. Watch this here, back end just loses traction. There, caught a rock. And then from there, he was just a sitting duck, waiting for the inevitable, which fortunately for him never happened. But 4 laps complete. Mayman continues to lead. His lap that time around at 2:17.9. 2 laps ago was 2:12.6. So traffic really starting to affect what these guys are doing at the head of the field. Here's Dewar, 1.5 seconds adrift, and he's got the leader directly ahead of him once again. Victorious, 7.3 seconds further back in 3rd. Then Santos Zionio, he's in 4th. Aspo is 5th. The 4:16 of Kai Zielstra of the Netherlands finds himself in 6th place. Then we've got Legan, Boutet, Alamani and Rolliget. 7:13, Samuel Rolliget of Denmark. So quite a few Danes knocking around in this championship. Finale. Waved yellows, wheels on the ground. Because we've got a rider through the fence here. Looks like it might have been the 422 of Benjamin Lundstedt of Sweden. Another rider down there as well. How the circuit is changing. The lighter patches of circuit there, littered with hard-baked clay and maybe a few rock edges as well. Still nothing in it between the top 2 though. Little cleaner through there this time for Davy Dewar as they work their way towards the end of lap 5. A couple of stylish riders on these 85s. See the braking bumps at the bottom of the hill there. Seen a few riders go straight on in the free practices earlier. Just missing their braking point because of those braking bumps. Back marker ahead of the leader. Does he go inside or outside? Well, the back marker makes it easy for him. Going to be next to nothing as they hit the line this time around at the end of lap 5. The gap between them down to less than a second. Victoria 6.5 seconds further back now in 3rd place. Back marker there. Here is Torius. Had that one moment at the top of the hill when he fell. Having to go the long way round at the back marker there. Made his mind up, and so too at the back marker. Popping the little dragons back. And doubling up onto the plateau here. Working their way back in the opposite direction. They're the two leaders, and they are having issues with back markers there. Mayman still leads, but Dua just here, the 100, very close as he came back into view at the top of the hill. So Storm Mayman continues to lead. We're on lap 6. The 2-lap board will go out next time around. He knows he's under pressure though. Took a nervous look over his shoulder. Davy Dewar right there. So the 100 from Austria. Will it be he or will it be Mayman from Denmark who pulls it out of the bag? They know there is a lot on the line here. Support from Yamaha Europe for the 2024 season. Oh, back marker just going straight on there, trying to stay out of the way. Looked like that was the number 56 of Nino Rosali of France. Two-lap board goes out. They see to the rider's right, our left as they plunge downhill. And the gap down to out to 1.7 now. Maybe struggling with the back markers more so than Storm Mayman. Dewar though, back onto the rear wheel. Shortest distance through turn 2. Oh, I'll tell you what, he's riding his luck. He's had a few of those in the past couple of laps, hasn't he, Dewar? Cost him a little bit more time. The leader already at the top of the hill. 1.5 seconds clear. Again, traffic for the leader to worry about. Can't get the distance over the tabletop. Dewar will get the distance though. Meanwhile, Torius, right there where he needs to be. He's just found the 100. He's found his way past Dewar. So Dewar having an issue. And there were, I'm sure, there were waved yellows there, I'm not sure. So we'll keep an eye on that. I'm sure our officials will do. There's the 21 having issues, Halvor Iversen. So the 612 then may have gained a bit of an advantage there. So look, waved yellows here, and just up the inside. Yeah, there's quite a few littered bodies and machines through there, so I'm sure that will be looked at, but it's not for me to make that decision. But Mayman leads at the moment then. Torius here in second. He's got the gap down. Well, it was 3 at the last split. It looks like he's got Mayman right there in front of him as they head into the final lap. He has. So the gap all of a sudden down to 1.7. He's just set the fastest lap of the race, a 2:11.081. And 6:12. Torius of Denmark. All of a sudden, eyeing up a potential, inverted commas, race win here. With Dewar backing off that time around. Yeah, he maybe ran into 1 or 2 issues here and there with back markers, but 2:18.7 for him that time around. Gap still hovering around about 2 seconds. Waved yellows there. He's concerned about what's going on behind him. There's your first two, bottom of the screen. Neither rider getting over the tabletop. That's clear through there this time around. So they've managed to clear the blockage and the carnage. Number 6, Alexander Tazev of Bulgaria, does his best to stay out of the way. Where is he? He is in 30th place. But Storm Mayman can't afford to switch off, can't afford to make mistakes. The gap down to 2 seconds now. Maybe even less than that, as they work their way uphill through that very long sweeping turn, turn 10. Traffic right there as well. Brave to launch that. He even landed over, even over jumped in the process. Backhand. Wicked kick there for Mayman as Torius closes right in on him here. It's going to be a photo finish between these two at the top of the hill. And look at the 612 hanging off the back there. Bertram Torius. And the 228 Storm Mayman, the two Danes, I'm sure they know each other. Both riders have problems there, but once again, Torius throws it away on the outside run this time around. And Mayman will take the checker flag. He wins the Yamaha bLU cRU FIM Cup Super Finale here at Ernee. Watch this here, just came in, rushed it. And whilst he threw it away, Mayman had his own problems because he came in a little bit too hot. But it was a win then in the end, and Dewar takes second place. That's how you celebrate. We will try to grab a word with him as soon as we can, of course. Lisa waiting down there in the wings. Our guys will make sure that they get to where they need to be. I'm sure they've been briefed as well. Fantastic crew working behind the scenes at the bLU cRU Cup. But a great race to get things fired up for us here. Great view of the track from behind the crowd. Get these riders over the line, shall we? And then we'll hopefully get some super flash interview with the winner. Being told he's getting ready. Oh, Leguin found his way past fellow French rider Boutet on the final lap. Anyway, here is Lisa with our winner, Storm Mayman. Great race.
Storm Mayman, fantastic job out there. You won the super final, smiles all around.
Yeah, took a good start and was third and quickly got into the lead, made a little mistake, but took the lead back and won. I really want to thank Yamaha for this big event and my mom and dad and Fastlane MXD calls.
Great job, thank you.
Prize giving ceremony for 85cc bLU cRU.
Sounds like a very polite young man. Storm Mayman winning the YZ bLU cRU FIM Europe Cup Super Finale here at Ernee, France. He will go to the masterclass a little later on in the year. Here's the official confirmation then. Your winner, this is what we have at the moment anyway. Storm Mayman, your winner, from Davy Dewar second, Bertram Torius, fourth for Louis Santazanio. And then we had fifth place Kai Zylstra, Tila Leguin finding his way past Louis Boutet on the final lap for seventh place. Eighth was Storm Aspbo. Ninth, Ernee Alamani of Italy. And 10th place, Neo Nindelt. Take a look at some of the best moments, shall we? Some of the best moments then from that bLU cRU FIM Europe Cup Super Finale. Of course, we will try and get down there as soon as we can for the podium ceremony, which will be the first 3 riders, and of course the youngest rider in a medal ceremony as well. Atmosphere really starting to build, because the fans out there on the hill know that the MXGP riders are in the waiting zone, getting ready for their MXGP qualifying race. Team managers starting to make their way out into their various places as well. These guys here, the trans guys with the wigs, they walking around with a live chicken and all kinds of air horns and all the rest of it. Bertram Torius, 3rd overall today, but looks very disappointed with that performance. He had an opportunity to win it potentially. Davy Dewar of Austria crossing over the line in 2nd place. But our winner, Storm Mayman, still celebrating, look, from Denmark.
La meilleure féminine de this race, mesdames et messieurs, Ernee Rockstein. Je demande maintenant un petit mobilisant pour Monster Energy Yamaha Factory Riders. Le pilote officiel.
So Ellen Rothstein then, best young rider in the category. Great to see Thibaut Beneston here. He's come up through the Yamaha family. And the Monster Energy Yamaha MX2 rider handing out the plates for our 3rd place rider. Alexander Kowalski, Yamaha Motor Europe Off-Road Racing Manager. Handing the 2nd place trophy to our 2nd place rider, Davy Dewar. But Paolo Pavesio, Yamaha Motor Europe Marketing and Motorsports Director, handing the winner's plate to Storm Mayman of Denmark. That 2 Danes and an Austrian. 2 Danes, 1st and 3rd, the Austrian there in 2nd place. And Nancy van der Ven, 2022 FIM Women's World Champion. She's been part of this whole build-up process this weekend. Was out riding with the guys on Thursday when they had their last training session with Brian Jorgensen. Bertram Torius, your top 3 riders here this weekend, and the young rider in the class, Ellen Rothstein of Sweden, up on the podium here. They're your top 3 at the bLU cRU FIM Europe Cup Super Finale here at Ernee. They will get their medals now for their efforts. And those 3 plus a couple of wild cards will go to the Masterclass towards the end of the month, early November. And one of those will be selected for some Yamaha Europe support in 2024. Peter Goris, the FIM Europe Motocross Commission Vice Chairman, handing out the medals today to our top 3. The bronze to Bertram Torius, the 2nd to Davy Dewar of Austria, and to the winner from Denmark, Storm Mayman. Congratulations to the top 3 riders here this weekend. Good job, guys. It's obviously been a long season for you to get here this weekend. Enjoy it now while you can. Your race is over, and we'll see how the Masterclass goes in a few weeks' time. Great job there as well from Yamaha Motor Europe with this bLU cRU FIM Europe Cup Super Finale, putting them on the biggest stage of all. This is where where dreams are made. That's where they begin for these riders. We are going to take a quick break. We'll be back in about 4 minutes' time for the MXGP qualifying race. We'll see you then.